people, it's me Kumanawa, your money manager. Today I just want to address one very important issue. There is a lie, and there's a lie that has been sold by insurance agents, and I thought that, you know what, today let me address this lie, because by addressing it I'm helping you also to make an informed financial decision. But before I talk about that lie, let me just show you something from my garden. You see this? Guys, isn't this amazing? This is from my garden. This is the velvet flower. So gorgeous. So I just thought I could share that with you. So what is the lie that I'm trying to address to you? I'm going to screenshot something that has been sent to me last week by an insurance agent trying to sell a life cover. When they sell this life cover, what they're going to tell you is that when you have a life cover, the bank will take it as security for your mortgage. Yes, good, that's correct. But they will go over and above that and tell you that, you know, because the bank is taking the life insurance as security, they will not take the property that you are financing through a mortgage as security. So they're saying that the bank will not bond their property. That is a total lie. It is because they don't understand actually the risks that are being mitigated by insurance and the risks that are being motivated by the property itself. So the bank is in the business of selling risk. So when they sell this risk, they do calculate it. They calculate the risk and they make sure that they put mitigants in place to minimize exposure through that risk. So there are two main risks that the bank is facing by extending a loan to you, particularly a mortgage, because a mortgage is a long-term commitment. The first risk is the risk of you dying, the risk of death. This is what happens when you read your loan statements very carefully. There's a clause in that loan agreement that speaks to the fact that when you die today, the total outstanding balance on your loan becomes due and payable. Get that, underline that, go and look at your loan agreement and go and find that clause. That clause is what the bank is mitigating for with your life insurance cover. So your life insurance cover is meant to protect the bank against the risk of you dying while the loan is still very active. So when you die, what happens is that the proceeds from your life cover will be taken to clear the loan, and whoever are remaining, your survivors, your beneficiaries, they would then remain with this property because the debt for this property would have been cleared by the proceeds from the insurance. So that's the risk of death that the bank is mitigating using a life cover. The second risk that the bank is facing by extending a loan to you is what we call default risk. What is default risk? Default risk is the risk of you not being able to honor your debt obligation, you not be able to service your monthly debt. That is the default risk. Anything can happen to your income. You might lose your job. Anything really can happen that can threaten your ability to service your mortgage or your debt. And that is where the property itself is coming as security. Because if you fail to pay, then the bank has got recourse to this property. What we actually mean is that when you fail to pay for 3 consecutive months, the bank will foreclose on the property. Foreclosing on the property is they will go through all the legal rules and the court will allow them to repossess the property, take it, sell it, take the proceeds from the sale, clear the mortgage. Do we get it? That is the default risk. And that is why the property that you're financing through a mortgage will always be bonded, because they are mitigating against the risk of default. There is nothing like if you get a life cover, then the property is not going to be taken as security. That is a lie. That is a lie. Whoever tells you that, please refer them to me. Refer them to me. Let's just address it for all so that people can know what they're doing. Because Imagine, this is the scenario that can happen. You go out and you're going to take a mortgage and you are told that, you know what, because you have a life cover, then the property is not taken as security and you default. Along the way, maybe you lose your job and you default and you go to your insurer and tell them that I'm not being able to service my debts. Can you come up and pay my debts? They are going to tell you no. And your agent, the same person who sold you that life cover, who sold you that lie, will not be there to help you, will not be there to tell you that, oh, sorry, I thought this is how things are done. No, they will never be there able to do that. They will never be there to do that. So understand these two risks, the risk of death and the risk of default. This is what these things are covering. Life insurance is protecting the bank and you also against the risk of death. The property itself, which is bonded as security, so technically, while you are still paying for that property, it's not yours. It's the bank's property. It's bonded to the bank because that's what they're using as security in case you fail to pay them. So please understand this. As I received this text from this agent, I highlighted this line and I asked her, please can you explain to me what you mean by this? Because I needed to understand. They never got back to me. That's when I realized that, you know what, we need to tackle this thing. We need to talk about this thing. So people need to understand what they're signing for. You cannot make a decision on a lie. You cannot make a financial decision on a lie. Probably some, they don't even understand that this is not true, because what I realized is that most of the agents really, they're not given proper financial education in terms of understanding what they are selling to the market. So it's a cutthroat industry. You get in there, you get out, you need to be making sales. So whatever works for you, whatever can allow you to make sales, you are going to push that agenda, not questioning or not trying to understand if indeed what you are selling or what you are telling your potential customers is morally good. This is all that I wanted to share with you today. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment and a like for me, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in another video. Bye.